You've probably heard the debate 100 times, centralized exchanges versus decentralized exchanges. But as we move into 2026, the question isn't just which one is better, it's which one is smarter for the crypto investor of the future. The rules of the game have changed, and if you're still trading like it's 2022, you're missing out on massive opportunities and maybe taking on risks you don't even see yet. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto Loop, the place where we cut through the hype and dive deep into what's really happening in the world of crypto and blockchain. If you love staying ahead of the curve, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because today we're breaking down the ultimate showdown, CEX versus DEX in 2026. Which exchange is truly best for your crypto strategy? Let's jump in. All right, before we crown a winner, let's quickly set the stage. Centralized exchanges, or CEXs, are your familiar platforms like Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. Basically, the big banks of the crypto world. They handle your funds, match your trades, and usually provide customer support, fiat on-ramps, and compliance with regulations. On the other side, you've got decentralized exchanges, DEXs, like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, DYDX, and Sushi, which let you trade directly from your wallet without a middleman. In other words, you hold the keys and you hold the power. Now, back in the early days, this debate was simple. CEXs were easy, fast, and user-friendly. DEXs were clunky, slow, and full of gas fees. But in 2026, the lines are blurring. DEXs have evolved at lightning speed, and CEXs have had to adapt to stay relevant. Let's start with the centralized side of things. CEX are still the go-to for many traders because of one word: convenience. They've got deep liquidity, advanced charting tools, futures, margin trading, and all those bells and whistles that make professional trading smooth. In 2026, most CEXs have become even more integrated with traditional finance. We're seeing tokenized stocks, regulated stablecoins, and even real-world assets like real estate and commodities being traded on some of these platforms. That's a big deal because it gives investors one dashboard for everything, crypto and beyond. But that convenience comes at a cost: trust. When you use a CEX, you're trusting that platform to safeguard your assets. And we've all seen what can go wrong. Remember the exchange collapses and hacks from the early 2020s? Billions lost overnight, withdrawals frozen, users locked out. Even in 2026, counterparty risk hasn't vanished. Most big exchanges are now audited, insured, and regulated, sure. But as any crypto veteran knows, not your keys, not your coins, still rings true. Now, flip the coin. Let's talk DEXs. These platforms have exploded in both volume and technology. If 2024 was the year of multi-chain bridges, 2025 was the year of the cross-chain DEX. Today, you can swap assets across multiple blockchains seamlessly without ever touching a centralized platform. Add in innovations like zero-knowledge rollups and on-chain order books, and you've got DEX offering near-instant trades with almost zero gas fees. It's insane how far they've come. Security-wise, DEX shine because your funds stay in your wallet until the moment you trade. There's no middleman to hack or mismanage funds. But the challenge has always been accessibility. Using a DEX still requires a bit more technical know-how, managing wallets, private keys, and understanding slippage, liquidity pools, and gas settings. Though, let's be honest, by 2026, even that gap is closing fast. Wallet apps like MetaMask, Phantom, and Core have become so user-friendly that even beginners can start swapping in minutes. Here's where things get interesting. In 2026, the competition isn't really CEX versus DEX anymore, it's hybridization. We're seeing the birth of hybrid exchanges that blend the best of both worlds. They give users self-custody through on-chain wallets, but still offer the smooth UX, customer service, and liquidity of centralized platforms. Some even let you choose, trade through their internal system for speed, or settle on-chain for transparency. It's not about one side winning. It's about both evolving toward the same goal: efficient, safe, global crypto trading. But if we're asking which is best in 2026, it depends on who you are. If you're a beginner or a casual trader, a reputable CEX might still be your best friend. It's plug and play, it handles fiat deposits, and it offers a safety net with customer support. The top exchanges now offer proof of reserves dashboards and decentralized custody partnerships, so you're not completely blind to what's happening behind the scenes. If you're an experienced crypto native, though, the DEX ecosystem is your playground. You get better control, full ownership, and access to innovative DeFi opportunities like yield farming, liquidity provision, and perpetuals. And with cross-chain interoperability, you're not limited to one ecosystem anymore. Ethereum, Solana, Base, Cosmos, you can move assets freely between them, almost like magic. Now let's talk about the big factor everyone cares about, regulations. In 2026, global crypto regulation has finally matured. Governments aren't just cracking down, they're integrating crypto into their financial systems. CEXs have had to register, report, and comply, while DEXs have adopted on-chain KYC modules to stay operational in regulated markets. So, the Wild West era is fading, replaced by a cleaner, safer environment for serious investors. Still, that regulation also means that privacy and decentralization matter more than ever. If you value sovereignty, DEX remain the best way to stay true to the original crypto ethos: peer-to-peer, permissionless, and borderless. So here's the real takeaway. In 2026, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best exchange is the one that matches your goals, risk tolerance, and experience level. Maybe you hold most of your assets in self-custody, trade smaller amounts on a DEX for privacy, and use a CEX for fiat ramps and staking. That's smart diversification. The truth is, CEXs and DEXs aren't enemies anymore. They're becoming parts of the same ecosystem, pushing each other to innovate, to be safer, faster, and fairer, and as users, we're the ones who win. Before we wrap this up, here's my quick personal take. As someone who's been in this space for years, use a CEX for what it's good at: ease, liquidity, and fiat conversions, but never leave more funds there than you're willing to lose. Keep your long-term holdings in self-custody and use DEXs for decentralized opportunities that give you control. Because in crypto, control is everything. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your crypto fam, and subscribe to the Crypto Loop for weekly insights, trends, and strategy breakdowns that keep you ahead of the market.